Well, September is National Coupon Month, but a new study shows that talking to kids about saving money continues to take a back seat at school and even in the home. With the U.S. continuing to struggle to recover from the worst economic recession since the Great Depression, a new generation of Americans are failing to receive an adequate education on matters of financial literacy. And everyone from parents to the country's educational system seems to have deprioritized teaching these foundational life skills. Joining us is Trae Bodge, senior editor for RetailMeNot.com, Insider Magazine. How early should parents begin teaching their children about responsible financial behavior?
Well, they can start as early as 3 or 4. I mean, kids are so excited to learn things, especially if it's fun. So if you make a game out of it and you talk about coins and the value of coins and bills, and then as they're about 5 or 6, you could think about opening a savings account with them. They'll be really excited to see their passbook grow. And so, you know, starting at those very early ages is a great way to set that foundation for financial responsibility.
Well, of course, it's obviously better to get started the sooner the better, but what about your parents or the parents' own financial situation? Does that stress the kids out? How much should the children know about that situation?
You know, I think that's a great question. I think obviously we're struggling financially in this country, and you know, more and more parents are being more secretive about their financial situations. And I think what happens is that children feel that, you know, they're being punished because they have to give up certain things that they may be accustomed to. And so conversely, I think it's more appropriate for parents to sit down and let them know that it's a confidential conversation, that the kids aren't to share this information with their friends. However, that, you know, right now things are a little bit tough. We need to tighten our belts a bit, and we're each going to give up something. So that way they feel like it's a family affair, and they're not being punished by losing something because it's ultimately not their fault, and they shouldn't feel that it is.
Right. I think you see that a lot, too. Kids getting stressed out about parents, and parents being secretive about it, but the kids kind of knowing what's happening and being stressed out about it. So I definitely want to try to calm them down when it comes to that type of situation. Now, you said something about talking about wants versus needs. How can parents talk to their kids about that?
Well, I think our kids mimic what we do, and so if we're spending like crazy, they're going to want to spend like crazy too. So I think it's important, especially right now economically, that we sit down with them and we say, you know, what is it that you want versus what is it that you need? And, you know, when you're, you know, here we have the holidays coming up, we're thinking about holiday shopping, and especially kids in their teens and tweens are going to be asking for maybe those designer things and things that may be beyond your budget. So you need to sit down with them and have a realistic conversation about what they have to have versus maybe something extra, and you can encourage them to save for those extra things that may not be in your budget. I think they'll appreciate the honesty and, you know, have a better understanding of financial responsibility from that. And another great thing to do is to sit down with them and shop for the things that they're looking for online and utilize price comparison sites like NextTag, or use a site like RetailMeNot and look for coupons, and that will help them understand that actually they can save while they're shopping.
Oh yeah, and you know, most kids get an allowance, so I'm sure they're going to be all about the saving too. How can this actually help in teaching them about money management and budgets?
Well, I think anything having to do with money can teach a child, you know, about budgeting. And also, you know, I think the schools need to jump in here as well. You know, we did find that 70% of parents said that there's no curriculum in their child's school that teaches responsibility about finances. And so, being that it's National Coupon Month, we joined forces with Junior Achievement, which is a national association. It's a nonprofit that teaches financial literacy at school. And so we're contributing to their curriculum so teachers can download a program about couponing and saving. That's a lot of fun for the kids to learn, and hopefully that will filter into discussions in the home as well.
I still find it hard to believe that that's not in the classroom yet, especially when we're going through what we're going through right now financially in this nation. Now,
exactly.
Are there any other tips that you can offer parents to kind of help their kids become a little bit more financial savvy?
Yes, I mean, again, I think it's really important to start when they're super, super young. And if you haven't and they're in middle school, you know, get on it, involve it in your day-to-day discussion. We did find that 8 in 10 parents did discuss it periodically with their kids, but I think it's time to make it a priority, particularly for kids who are getting ready to leave home and go off to college. You know how much trouble we can get into if we don't understand the difference between a debit and a credit card and taking on student loans. So it's super important to sit down with your kids and talk to them about debt and interest and credit and all of those important topics before they leave the home.
Thank you so much, Trae. Where can parents go for more information?
Retailmenot.com/savings.
Okay, thank you so much.